By 2030, the world of work had changed forever. Offices were disappearing, companies were shrinking, and traditional jobs were fading into history. But from the ruins of the old system, a new kind of worker emerged, the AI freelancer. An individual who learned to use artificial intelligence not as competition, but as power. These people didn't build companies. They built one-person empires, vast digital ecosystems, controlled by a single human mind and an army of intelligent machines. With a laptop, a Wi-Fi connection, and vision, they began rewriting the rules of success. At first, they were just freelancers, designers, writers, coders trying to survive in a competitive world. But when AI tools became capable of designing, writing, analyzing, and automating entire workflows, everything changed. A designer in India could now handle the work of an entire creative agency using AI assistance. A writer in Egypt could train an AI to understand her tone and produce endless stories. A young programmer in Nigeria could build and launch apps faster than tech startups. Within a few years, these individuals were running multi-million-dollar operations alone. No employee, number office, no limits. They became known as one-person digital empires. By 2035, companies no longer hired teams. They hired individuals who came with their own AI networks. Projects that once took months could now be completed in days. The economy began to shift from employment to empowerment. Governments struggled to redefine what it meant to have a job when one person could perform the work of hundreds. For the first time in history, the most powerful force in the economy was not a corporation. It was a single individual using AI as leverage. Success no longer depended on hard work alone. It depended on how well you trained your machines. Everywhere, extraordinary stories emerged. Mira from Mumbai built a design empire by teaching her AI to mimic her artistic vision. Daniel from Brazil used AI to handle every business operation, becoming a millionaire with zero staff. Aiko from Japan created films entirely on her own, powered by AI that edited, scored, and color-graded her projects in hours. They were all pioneers of a new civilization, one where human creativity was amplified, not replaced, by technology. But with this freedom came a strange kind of loneliness. Many AI freelancers lived in a world of screens and silence, talking to digital assistants more than people. Some created clones of themselves, digital twins that could write, design, and negotiate exactly like them. Work never stopped. It simply continued through their virtual selves. It was efficient, but eerie. People began asking, if my AI can do everything I can, what part of me still matters? By 2038, entire industries had transformed. The education system changed as students no longer studied to find jobs. They studied to build systems. Universities introduced degrees like AI enterprise architecture and freelance systems management. Graduates no longer sought employment. They launched their own AI-driven businesses before graduation. The world no longer measured intelligence by memory or grades, but by creativity and adaptability. By the 2040s, a new economy had emerged: solo capitalism. The richest people weren't corporations. They were individuals who used AI to multiply their productivity 1,000 times. A farmer in Kenya ran a high-powered farms from his phone. A teacher in Mexico used AI to teach millions of students worldwide. A mother in Indonesia managed 5 online businesses using digital assistants. Geography, status, and education no longer mattered. Imagination did. Power had finally been democratized, yet not everyone surrendered completely to machines. A quiet movement called the human revival began to rise. Artists, writers, and thinkers who embraced imperfection. They rejected full automation, believing that the soul of humanity lay in flaws, emotion, and unpredictability. Their message was simple: I can create, but only humans can feel. These creators reminded the world that beauty doesn't come from perfection, but from presence. From being human in a world run by machines. By 2045, the world had entered a new chapter. The office towers of old cities were empty. People worked from beaches, forests, and home studios, their AI systems operating silently in the background. The global economy ran on ideas, not labor. When asked what separated humans from AI, the founder of the global freelancer network simply said, AI can build everything, except the dream it's built for. That single sentence became the truth of the new age. AI could create music but not emotion, write stories but not meaning, paint art but not love. Machines could generate, optimize, and build, but they could not dream. And it was that one human ability, the power to dream, to imagine something that does not yet exist, that made every AI freelancer more than a worker. It made them an architect of the future. The rise of AI freelancers was not just a shift in labor, it was the rebirth of human potential. It proved that one person, with enough imagination and the right machine, could change the world. The factories of the past belonged to corporations. The empires of the future belonged to dreamers. And as the world watched millions of individuals rise, creating wealth, art, and innovation from their own digital kingdoms, one truth became clear. Humanity had not been replaced by AI. It had evolved with it. The age of 1% digital empires had begun, and it was built not on power, not on capital, but on something only humans could ever own, the limitless imagination of a dreamer who refuses to be ordinary.